Today, we're gonna be reviewing my 2021 Lamborghini Urus. The Lamborghini Urus on a budget. For $150,000 less, you can get this little piece of shit. And that's good?
Yeah, that's fine.
So what I mean by a Lamborghini Urus on a budget is this is Audi's competition to the Lamborghini Urus, the X6M Comp, the Bentley Bentayga, and yeah, I think that's it. That might be it. I don't know. I might be missing one, but this is Audi's version of their supercar SUV. Audi has three versions of the Q8. The Q8, which is the family SUV, normal SUV for, I believe it's a price of, and then I'll put it right here. Price of this. And then the SQ8, which is the sport version of the Q8, which is price of, hope it comes out good, like how I'm doing this. And then the RSQ8, which for the whopping price of, I believe, $116,000 to $120,000 MSRP without anything added to it. But we'll get into how much I spent on this this SUV. Main reason I bought this thing is because before I actually had a Tesla, and I was like, damn, I need an engine. This is, anyone who has a Tesla, I don't know, it's a piece of shit. I don't really like it. I think you need an engine. At my age, I'm 20 years old. I want to be an asshole on the road. I want people to acknowledge that I'm a douchebag. And so I bought this for double the price of what I bought before. So this is kind of like my dream car. I always loved SUVs, and a lot of people actually made fun of me for buying an SUV because as a kid, a lot of people want the fast, low to the ground cars, but I always wanted the SUVs. Before this, I had a Tesla Model X, and then I transitioned to it not even a year later, the Audi RSQ8. This car is, I would like to say it's very rare. It's hard to get, even if you have the money to get it. You have to order it, and it takes a long time to get. When I ordered this, it took me 9 months to get, and it's fully spec'd out. It's fully mine, fully paid for, and it's completely like customized to what I like. So I ordered this like 9 months it took to get here. When I ordered it the first day, I remember it was this older dude, and he wasn't taking me really seriously. So then I went to a different dude in the Audi dealership, and he took me very seriously, and we put down an order as a 19-year-old, I think at the time, for this car, and he was very surprised. We didn't even put a down payment down or nothing. So I ordered this, and it took 9 months to get here, and then 9 months later, I get a call while I'm driving home from my girlfriend's, and he goes, Ron, he goes, your car's here. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about, my car's here? I don't even remember ordering this thing because we didn't even put any money down. He didn't even tell me to put $100 down, $10,000 down. He just ordered it because he trusted me. And the next, I think it was 3 days after, I get to the dealership and I see this and I'm like, holy shit. Because I went from electric, I was always electric, to my first engine, and you got a supercar SUV. I mean, it's insane. It's fast, it's quick, the presence is like angry. I mean, it's a crazy car. And I think personally, I've driven in a Urus, I've driven in an X6M Comp, and I've driven in a Bentley Bentayga, and I think the RSQ8 to me is the best. And I think it's the best not only just because it's Audi's version, but I think honestly, for $100,000, $150,000 more for the Urus, all you're really getting is a badge and a look for people to look at you, in my opinion. It's not really like, it's not me. I don't know. I love this car. We're gonna get straight into everything about it. Starting with the rims, as you see, this is not factory. God, I'm so fucking small. Yeah, I'm getting a little dirty. I may look small. I'm not. These are not factory rims. These, I actually got scammed by a dealership because I'm a young kid who's an idiot, and they overcharged me for some 4G Auto rims, but don't worry, it spins. Audi actually comes with default brakes, but these are $9,000 to $8,500 brakes that you can add on, and they're carbon fiber ceramic coated brakes. Basically like racing brakes, and they're very strong for corners, for edges, anything you want to do when it comes to being fast. I paid $8,500 for these in the blue color. I believe there's blue, red, silver, and yellow or gold, whatever you want to say. But yeah, these are not factory rims. These are custom rims, and I got it matching to the color blue. And you'll see also in the car, I'll show you other parts where I custom painted certain things to how I like it. I believe these are 22 to 23 inch rims or tires. But yeah, they're big as shit. And look at the brake calipers if you want to get close. These are fucking huge. They're not ordinary. I always get talked about every time I see someone and they see my brakes, they're like, holy shit, this is ginormous. But yeah, for $9,000, I would hope it does some fucking work. So the packages that I got is the carbon fiber package. You can either get the black optic package, which blacks out everything on the car when it comes to the exterior and interior, but I decided to get the carbon fiber package because I wanted the coolest fucking RSQ8. So if you see on the mirror caps, it's carbon fiber here. So there's carbon fiber mirror caps, there's carbon fiber rear diffusers, carbon fiber front lip in the frontish area, carbon fiber interior, and then I believe that might be it. There's a lot of fucking carbon fiber, piece of shit material that costs way too much money. So the vents in this car in the front, I don't know if you see it, there's a lot of open vents here, a lot of open vents here, a lot of open vents on the side, and let's go this way. One thing about this car that's really funny that a lot of people like to joke about is these fake vents right here. These aren't real vents. They're not real. It's fake. Audi just put it in. This car is very low to the ground in the racing sport mode. It's kind of high when it's not in the racing sport mode, but realistically speaking, this car feels like a sports car, even though it's an SUV. It's one of the fastest things. I've raced people legally in Mexico, driving this thing to the max miles you can go, which is 189, 200 on the dash, but the max you can go on this, like I just said, is 189 miles per hour, but it honestly feels like a supercar SUV going 0 to 60 in like 3.8 seconds, 3.7 seconds. Eventually I'm gonna get a tune on this and a custom exhaust. I started with minor stuff like paint. It's kind of fucking dirty, you could see. Dirty as fuck. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, this is my dream car. I've always wanted a powerful SUV, and I had the option to try to look at the Urus, the Bentley Bentayga, the X6M Comp, and the Audi RSQ8. And anyone who knows about this car as a car person knows that this is a special car. It's rare. I mean, not rare, but it's harder to find the RSQ8. You don't really see it that much. You see the Q8, you see the SQ8. The RSQ8, I feel like a lot of people don't have. If I step one more step behind me, I'll probably fall off the cliff for the shot, but this is the back of the car. This is the butt. This is the most beautiful part about the car, unironically, is in a funny way. I think the back of any type of car is one of the most important parts. It's the part that you look at when you go 70 miles above the speed limit and they see you from the back. Pause. But yeah, this is the back of the car. It's got carbon fiber rear in the back, carbon fiber right here, and a custom RSQ8 badge, which is extremely dirty if you want to get in that. Usually this is red, red for racing. For the Audi R8, they do the red, the RS3, RS6, so on and so forth. But I custom painted it to blue to match my brake calipers and the front emblem. Now the exhaust, it's kind of fucking dirty. I don't really want to touch it because we just drove, so it's probably burning hot, but it's very quiet. In my opinion, I think it's quiet. A lot of people think it's not quiet stock, but you'll get a shot. We'll get a shot in a second. You'll see it. I think it's quiet. A lot of people think it's loud. I think it's quiet. I'm probably gonna get a custom exhaust. I believe I did put a sport exhaust on this for extra money, and it does sound good. It doesn't sound bad, but I wanted to sound more powerful for putting every single spec you can put on this for a grand total of $189,000. I believe the MSRP of this car was $115,000 without any add-ons. I decided I wanted every package besides the night vision because I think that's useless. It's basically just used for backing up, camera, whatever it is. It's just a night vision package. But every single package is added onto this car for about $160,000 added up. And then I believe tax was $11,000, and they marked me up $20,000 for this car. So a grand total, I believe, of like $189,000. I know I might have mixed up some prices, but that is what I paid for this car. It's got every single spec you could think of besides that one package, carbon fiber package, I believe black optic package, if that's not addition to the carbon fiber, the brakes, cameras all around, sport exhaust, interior changes, etc, etc, etc. Now we're probably gonna get into the interior of the car. Before we get into the interior, I'm gonna show you guys the key fob. This is identical to the Lamborghini Urus's key fob. I don't know if it's as similar as the X6M or the Bentley Bentayga, but it's very similar, exact same look, exact same font, exact same color, but it's got lock, unlock, and then open the trunk by double clicking. Now what I'm about to say will shock you, well maybe to some but not to others. To replace this key fob, it is about $800 to $1,200 from what I was told from the dealership. And you would think for $1,200, I could shut the fucking trunk again by clicking it. But no, you gotta walk over and shut it.
You have two choices. You can either choose to be educated or you can choose to be brainwashed.
Oh. There it is. If you fuck this car up and you lose the key, you damage the key, $1,200. Also, in case you're getting robbed, you can click this button. Yeah. And then, oh, how do you stop it? Maybe click it again. Oh, there it is. That's how you stop it. I found out right now. And now we're just gonna go look in the interior of my car. Now we're just gonna look. So yeah, we're just gonna get into the interior. When you open the door to this car, you can't see it right now, but it actually says RS on the ground for racing sport, just to show off when you open it for your girlfriend, boyfriend, anything else. But this is what the car looks like from a far angle if you open up both doors. Obviously, it's clean, it's very normal. It's got Alcantara inside, which we'll talk about, carbon fiber. It suits still being a luxury family SUV. If you want to be done on the weekends, you could take your family, and if you want to be a douchebag during the weekdays or vice versa, you know, I said that wrong. I said that backwards, didn't I? So before we start the car, I want to show Audi actually, for $200,000 for what you should be paying, you get this little key fob holder, which you could put your key in. I think it's one of the best things that they did to this car, because I lose my key all the time, and I was like, fuck. And now I figured it out after a month of having it. Starting the car, you gotta start, engine stop, you gotta put the foot on the brake, and the car has started. Off the bat, the car says welcome, and it says your name. The back, I already have it preset, so I'm a little short, 5'9", 5'8", 5'7", but I'm short, so I have the chair very much up compared to other people. You can preset it over here, set 1, set 2, to which ones you want to set. I have it set to set 1, so it automatically recognizes me when I get in the car. This car has 5 different modes to it. If you click Drive Select, you have Off-Road, All-Road, Comfort, Auto, and Dynamic. Comfort being everyday driving experience, if you want to drive normally like a loser, or if you want to use what you paid for, you can put it in dynamic mode or RS mode by clicking the button, and you can hear the exhaust change, and the car actually gets lowered. Exhaust not only opens up into the sport mode, the car lowers for better traction, but it's faster, more responsive, braking's quicker, acceleration's quicker, and if you really want to be a racer, which I don't recommend unless you're doing launch control, you could turn, actually there's a button for traction control to go off, and now you'll be slipping and sliding, and if you know anything about cars, it's dangerous unless you know how to control it. But the car is Quattro, which actually means all 4, so it's controlled. It's very stable. I've driven this without traction, I've driven this with the race mode, and it's very, I feel like you have to be pretty fucking stupid to lose control of this car. It's a very heavy SUV, and it's very stuck to the ground, and it's strong. And if you do notice, actually above me, I mean, it is daytime, but I did get stars done to this car, so this does not come with the car. I got it custom done, but yeah, this car actually does, yes, it has a sunroof. Very fucking slow, but it does have a sunroof for anyone in the middle of the summer or when it's hot out. You can either set it fully back so it goes all the way back, or you can set it halfway to where this opens up to be able to see it. So what you'll notice about this car, also a package, is the Alcantara. That's the fabric that I used, very soft. I also did carbon fiber here, carbon fiber on the dash, carbon fiber everywhere. That's the carbon fiber package for the interior. Back seats, actually, well, on the front seats, fucking short ass. You got RS embroidered. Is that the word? Embroidered? Embroidered. What is it?
Embroidered.
Embroidered?
Yeah.
You have RS embroidered into the seat, and the back seat, passenger seat, both back seats, whatever it is, similar to how the XM Comp has X6 or XX or X6M, the Lamborghini badge. It's like embroidered in here. But yeah, it's very comfortable seats that actually come with a massage chair. You can't see it, but I'm getting massage. We'll show it after. It comes with a massage chair, it comes with air-conditioned seats, and also, if it's fucking cold for you, you got seat warmers. Not only for here, but for the back. I haven't seen that before, but for how much I paid, I'm glad it's in this. Let's see, you have the obvious things: reverse, neutral, drive, sport. You can either put it in RS mode through a button, or you can pull down on the shifter. If you go to the, if you pull down the shifter once while driving in drive mode, it'll put it into sport. which you can do on and off, very easy, or you click the RS button to put it into racing sport. I think it's exactly the same, just maybe not lowered. I don't know, don't quote me. Also, if you put the car in drive and then you put the you put the shifter, if you put the car in drive and you put the shifter to the right, it puts it in manual mode, which you can either use the shifter to pull down and up to go up a gear, down a gear, or you could use the paddle shifters, these plastic pieces of shit, to change gears, which I do a lot. It also has a display that changes whether you're in racing or not. I'm gonna change it right now. It shows you how fast you're going, the speed limit, and you can also put it in the racing mode, and it completely changes the user interface of the car, showing you how hot the car is, the speed limit, and your RPMs, which is, for anyone who uses the paddle shifters, when you should switch gears and when you shouldn't switch gears. So everyone who's been in my car, in the back seat, front seat, said this is very comfortable to be in. Unlike the Urus, in my opinion, when I've been in it, it's very jerky in the sport mode, or the racing mode, whatever you want to say. But compared to this, it's very comfortable. Not one complaint I've ever had really of driving extremely fast. It's very luxurious feeling, and it doesn't feel very jerky and all over the place. But yeah, the back seat and the front seat hold up a maximum capacity of 5 people, as long as you're not fat as shit. But yeah, there's 2 cup holders in the front, 2 cup holders in the back. There's a vent in the back. There's heat warmer seats in the back, and also has a trunk that's very big. You'll see a side-by-side of the Urus and the RSQ8 of the interior, and it looks very much identical, because it's actually the same shit, same engine. And speaking of engine, we're actually gonna open the trunk now to show you the engine. There's a button below here that you pick up. You might be able to hear it. Wait. Maybe the car has to be off. Let me try with the car off. Oh, the car's off. Let me try. Oh. Is that it? Did it open? Opening up the engine here, there's a little slit thing here. It's kind of scary when the engine was just on, because you think it's gonna be hot, but it's not. All you gotta do is click it and lift. Automatic, it stays up, you don't gotta do anything. And my favorite part about the car, the reason this car is so expensive compared to a normal Audi SUV, and it looks very normal, is this thing right here. It's a little hot. This is the protection of the engine. The engine is underneath it. This is just to keep it, it's like correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is like the heat shield. I don't know. Realistically, this is a twin turbo V8 engine producing 594 horsepower. I would say 600. I don't know what it officially says. I believe it's right under 600, but it's 600. I would like to say it's 600 horsepower car, 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. And the reason they call it the same thing as the Urus is because this is the exact same engine. No differences at all besides the tuning of the engine of the Urus. I believe it's about 40 to 50 horsepower more, but you can get that done very cheaply if you really want to add more horsepower, which I'm gonna end up doing. But it's the exact same engine, twin turbo V8. It's a cool fucking engine for an SUV. It's crazy. It's fast, it's reliable, and it's made by the Germans, so it's good. Close the trunk. It's very easy. Obviously, you get your fingerprints on it. Slam it. Make sure you put it in. Yeah, it's in, hopefully. And then before we go on the little drive to show you how fast this thing really is, forgot to mention the trunk. The trunk, it's holding a lot of camera equipment, don't worry about that, but it does hold a lot of space. Seats go down. It's got this thing to block it for the sun, block it for anyone who's stealing your shit, and it's big as shit. Fits anything you want. You want to put a body there, you can put a body there. If you want to have someone back there, you can have someone back there, whatever you want. That's why we're here. We dropped off a body. Yeah, so the exhaust is very quiet, I mentioned, but there's 2 types of exhaust. There's a sport exhaust and then the normal calm one, which is the everyday one. We're gonna hear 2 drive-by shots, but for now, this is what it revs. This is what it sounds like. It only revs to 4,000 RPM, so it's a little quiet, but this is what it sounds like.